This is a Mark IV Mitsubishi Shogun, and in the UK these high level lamp clusters here do not have indicators or side lights in. They are just down here at the bottom of the bumper. So in this video I'm going to go from this to this. So why on the UK models we just get the side lights and indicators down there on these piddly little clusters in the rear bumper, when other markets also have them up here? I don't know. It must be a regulation thing, but I don't think it's the height, because you look at any Land Rover, they've all got the indicators and side lights up there as well. Look at like the new shape Defender, for example, they're all over the place. So I'm sure it's not a regulation thing, but I really don't know why Mitsubishi have changed the light clusters on the Shogun, whereas on the Pajero those are actually working. So I'm going to take this lamp cluster out here, and what you need is a Phillips screwdriver to remove these two screws here, and then it's held in the back here with a couple of clips, so you've got to pull the light housing to the rear of the vehicle, which is rather difficult if it hasn't been moved for a long time. Sometimes leaving it might help. Like that, and then you can undo the wiring like that by pushing that clip down there. So with the light assembly out, we can see that on our models this top lens is not used because there's no lamp holder there in the back, and then this bottom red lens has got a lamp holder, and this should be a dual filament bulb, and you can see there that it is wired for dual filament because it's got 3 wires, but they don't actually continue all the way to the electrical connection here. This is just a brake light and not a combination side light and brake light. So if we count the wires here, there are 3 and 2, so 5 wires in total, but then if you count the pins here, we've only got 3 pins that are being used. But then if you go around and look at the electrical connector, there is 5 pins up there. It's only this bottom right which is not used, and if you look at the wiring at the back, there's 5 wires as well. So it's wired up for the lamp assembly that has all the bulbs, but in the UK for some bizarre reason we don't have the top indicator bulb and we don't have the side light bulb there. So it is a fairly easy modification to get the side light working here, because this is already obviously wired up in the lamp assembly there, the lamp holder. So you've just got to get this 3rd wire to this connector block, or bypass it and just join it to the correct one at the back there. And some people have even got the indicator working at the top here by using a Dremel and cutting this out and cutting the correct slots in the plastic, and then buying a lamp holder, a bulb holder, and making that work. But that's a bit tricky, a bit hit and miss. So what I've done instead is bought some new lamp assemblies. So this one here is for the same side, and as you can see, whereas we're missing the lamp holder there, we've now got it here, and on this connector we have got all 5 wires connected up. So it's a straightforward, simple swap. I got a pair of these on AliExpress, they were about 80 quid. I'll put the link to them in the video description below, and in my mind this was an easier job than trying to mess around to get that to work and trying to get wiring either into the clip or to the back there. It was all looking rather awkward, so to save a lot of time and a lot of messing around, I've just bought the new assembly, the whole lamp cluster, and as you can see they're both identical. So before I put this one in, I'm just going to get this rubber sleeve off, because that's pulled out. That should go in there, because these are the little clips that push into those, and then just double check they're the same On the new ones, no, those have got to come off as well. So let me go and get a pry tool and then we can get those clips off as well. So these are just little plastic sleeves, as it were, plastic clips that go over the metal studs. So all I did is use a pry tool like that, get underneath it and gently pry that off, and then you could either put them on there, or the correct method is to put them back like that. So a quick check after putting the new assembly in. We can see there the indicators are on with the bumper ones, and so is the side light, and then that's the brake lights working as well, and the reversing lights. So I can finish this up by doing the screws up, making sure you don't have any of the plastic caught behind the assembly there. So as you can see, they're absolutely identical. This is the old one, and it's a very quick and easy way of getting the light clusters to work, and relatively cheap as well, certainly for what they are, for the size of them, and they include the bulbs in the new ones as well. I didn't think it was worth messing around with the wiring. So I've just got the other light out from the other side. This time the two mounting clips stayed in their holes, but I noticed on this one I've got a crack on this light lens, so obviously that will be sorted by putting in the new assembly. So why did I buy these new lamp clusters, and why did I want the lights to work up there? Well, it's simply because I use this vehicle for towing, and when you're towing a trailer you cannot see these lights at the bottom of the bumper. It gets obscured by the trailer, and it's all too easy for the lights on the trailer to fail. While every time I plug the trailer into the electrical socket there, I'll test it at the beginning of a journey. During the journey you can have a failed light at the back of the trailer because incandescent bulbs can break because of all the shaking on the trailer, and your electrical connection can cause you issues. So having these additional indicators and side lights up here are going to mean that anyone behind you is going to see your lights when a trailer light fails. I've eliminated some of the issues by getting rid of the 7-pin socket and going for 13-pin there, and then on anything I tow I get rid of the 7-pin connector on the trailer, so I don't use adapters because that's a cause of loose connections and problems with your lights. So I've got straight 13-pin plug on the trailer going straight into the 13-pin socket there, and I find those work an awful lot better than the old 7-pins. But anyway, I thought I'd share this. It might help someone else out if you've got a Mitsubishi Shogun and you're wondering whether you can get these lights to work in the lamp cluster. I don't think it's worth messing around with the wiring when you can buy these so cheaply on Amazon, and as you've seen, it's a 3 or 4 minute job to change them. As I said, I'll put the links to those in the video description below, and if you found this video useful or helpful, please do click the thumbs up because that really does help people find the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. And I think I've just scratched my bumper getting that light assembly out.